Hello, everyone. So today's topic is about forgiveness. There are many reasons that our heart moves into being constrained instead of wild and free. There are many, many reasons. And one of them has to do with forgiveness. Forgiveness is interesting, isn't it? Because forgiveness covers so much. Forgiveness is to give compassion and release from blame and bitterness, the agency of hurts that happen to us, person, place, or things. Forgiveness is the release of the energy that's held within us that we direct as a hardening against, as the fruit of trauma that happens. Forgiveness has to do with our relationship with ourselves primarily. And how often can you read quotes saying forgiveness? When you withhold forgiveness, you really only hurt yourself. You're really only poisoning yourself by standing against. And in that, there are many ways that it can be liberating to recognize that we need to forgive. I know I referred to in our other session that sometimes we can excuse away in our desires to be compassionate. But forgiveness pushes us into a level of vulnerability where we're saying, wow, I was really hurt. I'm hurt by this. Plain and simple, I'm hurt by this. And we let ourselves feel that through so that it can be transmuted. So today's practice, today's meditation is going to be on a mantra for forgiveness. And remembering that forgiveness is really largely about forgiving ourselves, but along with that, forgiving anything that is in need of forgiveness, which means everything, everything. Now, we're going to use a traditional Hawaiian word, a Hawaiian prayer, if you will. And you're probably going to be familiar with it. It's Ho'oponopono. Ho apostrophe oponopono. And this Hawaiian prayer, can you believe it is oftentimes used in mediation? So when there are offenders, people in society, juvenile or adult, that do something that's a transgression, sometimes part of the coming to justice is entirely where an elder guides them to really pray that prayer, Ho'oponopono. What a society we would have, right, if we approach things that way. So it's a healing practice. It allows you the spaciousness to take responsibility for your life and to let go, to release negative emotions and thoughts and experiences. And the translation has 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Isn't that interesting? And it's still a part of the Hawaiian culture, which is amazing. Now, when doing this prayer, and let's say you're doing it because you were offended by a person, place, or thing, it may seem kind of interesting that you started by saying, I'm sorry. But in doing that, you're setting yourself up to take responsibility, total responsibility for all. Total responsibility for yourself, for others, and for all. Because everything that we are and do has an impact. Everything. And the direct translation is to right a wrong. To right a wrong. Now, I want to give you a true story, and I pulled this up in an article to remind me of the of the actual details. And it is a Hawaiian therapist and a deep practitioner of Ho'oponopono. He was in an institution and he used this prayer to transform the mentally ill criminals who were considered dangerous and incurable. He was at a high security prison and he started to use this prayer. But he didn't work with these patients or criminals that were convicted directly. He didn't go to them and say, let's say this prayer together. Let's work on this together. What he did is, in the privacy of his own office, he began to use the prayer as a way to work on himself. And in this way, he took full responsibility for his own thoughts, emotions, and experiences. He went through each patient's file, repeating the phrase, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, as a way of releasing the negative thoughts and feelings and restoring this inner peace and balance. Well, what happened as he was doing this, the patients at the hospital began to experience healing and transformation. And even though he didn't work directly with them, they became less violent, more cooperative, and eventually developed into such a place of healing that some could be released. Well, he tells the story of this work, obviously, because we've got it in this article, but he does it to show and to model for us that we can use this practice as a way to promote personal healing and transformation. And by doing so, we transform the world. We transform the world. So when we first, and we're going to do this, all 4 phrases. The first phrase is, I'm sorry. It's important for us to acknowledge that we are responsible for anything that has happened to us, any wrong that we have witnessed. Simply saying we're sorry is acknowledging the wrong. It's not pointing fingers. It's just acknowledging, because we're all one. And when something affects one, it affects all. Acknowledging responsibility cultivates humility and grace. The second, please forgive me, the repentance part. That may feel like it brushes up against something if you're the one that's been wronged. But in this step, you ask forgiveness for whatever wrong you are attempting to right. It doesn't matter if you're the active participant in creating the wrong. Asking forgiveness diffuses negativity and reminds us that we are all equal. It brings healing to everyone. It dissolves the duality. Thank you. In so many of the mantras that we do that are in Sanskrit, thank you is part of the process. Thank you. Namaha. We bow before. We bow before. It cultivates what? A positive and thankful state of mind and heart. And I love you. A declaration of love and acceptance directed towards whom? Ourselves, others, and all the universe. It's a powerful way to bring about forgiveness, as well as a way to release negative thoughts and emotions. It helps us cultivate self-love. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use my mala. We're going to use a version of Karen Drucker's Ho'oponopono. Super simple. You'll be able to jump right in. And what's interesting is I'm sitting in front of something that reminds me of God's eyes that we'd make when we were little. So it's like, there's God's eye, there's Kimberly's eye, there's God's eye, there's Kimberly's eye, there's God's eye. May they be one. So I'm going to use the mala, but on each phrase, I'll move a beat. I'm I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So before beads per repetition. And once we come into a quiet place and I invite you to close your eyes, what I'd like for you to do is bring to heart or mind something that needs forgiveness in your own life. A person, place, or thing, yourself, it could be anything. So I'm going to let you sit with that for just a minute and bring it forward in your own way. And then we'll begin to chant our mantra. So I invite you to close your eyes. You are here now. You are the divine presence. You are here now. You are here now. You are here. In this moment, you're given the honor to be released and to release what binds your heart so that you may come and remember your wild heart. To bring the person, place, or thing, internal or external, bring that up that is binding you, that is in need of letting go, of forgiving and being forgiven. And we begin our mantra together, inviting in a breath. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And be in the silence. Be with the forgiveness. And we begin another round. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And let this forgiveness move through you and out to all the world. And in that, we bring our practice to a close today. I invite you to bring your palms together in front of your heart and open your eyes with Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. See if you can walk this day, either saying Ho'oponopono, breathing it, vibrating it, reflecting on it, or the 4 phrases that it represents. Blessings, my friends.